I met Darrell originally in 2004. We had just started our initial consideration of starting an ethanol plant.
And I just remember that strong handshake, contagious smile, and boisterous voice. Darrell could clear a room with his audio in 2 seconds. You knew Darrell Downs was in the room.
He was a true blue salesman, in my point. I thought he could sell and knew a lot what was going on in the ethanol world.
Darrell and I really connected quite well. I respected him just greatly, and he was a great, caring guy. He always made sure to say hi as soon as you walked in the room.
One of my favorite stories, specifically to Darrell, certainly predates me at Siouxland Ethanol. I've been fortunate to lead the organization since December of 2015, but clear back when Siouxland Ethanol was raising the capital in those early days, Darrell used to carry to those investor meetings a set of golden dimes that he made up in his pocket.
He wanted to pass out, and he did pass out yellow dimes, that representing the 10-cent increase in per bushel price that the farmers now would get from ethanol because of the ethanol demanding more corn. Well, as we all know, that 10 cents became much more, but that was Darrell's, not gimmick, but his token to represent, some prosperity for the farmers, which was always his big concern as well.
One of my favorite memories of Darrell was I was on the committee with him to try and raise money for building our new plant. I believe my meeting at our family's shop was, I think, the third meeting, and Darrell and Pam and Tom presented the meeting. Darrell gave all the numbers and possible investments that you could make.
He led and presented at all of the fundraising meetings that we had. And watching him do that, he was the ultimate salesman. But yet people knew that he cared about them and that he was willing to give them this opportunity to invest in something that would be successful. He was just a master at the presentation, giving the relevant facts, and then answering the questions directly. So it was mesmerizing. It really was, yeah. Every meeting I loved watching what he would do and how he would just make it happen. It was a very successful fundraiser. Out of the 50 meetings that we had scheduled to raise that money, we were done in 8, and I have to give him a lot of credit. We had good timing, obviously. A lot of things were in our favor, but he made that happen.
When I think about Darrell and his lasting impact in the boardroom, there's no doubt there was one subject that always mattered the most to Darrell, and that was the employees. When I first joined the organization, the board was divided into several committees, and Darrell really led the charge on the personnel committee. And I just remember coming to that first personnel committee meeting, and Darrell looking at me and saying, "Nick, there's nothing more important than taking care of our people. Look at their wages, look at their benefits. Tell us if we need to raise them, if we need to be more competitive. We always need to remember that as fun as it is to cash a distribution check, that check would not be possible without the employees of Siouxland Ethanol." And that was Darrell. In closing, Doris, Steve, Greg, Darcy, on behalf of all of the employees, I just want to thank you for sharing your husband and your dad with us and all the time that he was away from the family to promote agriculture, to promote ethanol, and to contribute to the sponge of positivity that he brought to our life experience. I hope someday I get to see Darrell again, because I know where he is right now, and God loving, hopefully I can see him there someday too.
My lasting memory of Darrell is he was a good-hearted person. He cared about his area and cared about his family, and his family should be very proud of him.
Darrell will really be missed around here. I'll miss him personally. I miss the phone calls. I give him a lot of credit for the success that we've had at Siouxland Ethanol, and we will always remember him and remember him fondly.
Thank you, Darrell.